Spider-Man Blue is widely considered one of the best Spider-Man comics of all time. And it's hard not to agree, it's a very tragic yet beautiful story about Peter's first days getting together with Gwen Stacy. A simple yet endearing story written by Jeff Loeb, elevated by the fantastic art of the late great Tim Sale. However, there's another Spidey comic about the origins of one of the best comic book couples of all time that isn't talked about enough. That being The Amazing Spider-Man Parallel Lives by Jerry Conway, Alex Saviuk, and Andy Muschinski. If you're not familiar with this story, it's a beautiful telling of how Mary Jane and Peter Parker live their lives literally parallel to each other until they finally meet. And this story does a great job at giving MJ more backstory. I really wish stuff like this was more focused on in the live-action adaptations of the character. We only really get glimpses of it. In fact, this goes for almost every adaptation of Mary Jane. We don't really get much of her, well, at all. This story is fantastically written by Jerry Conway. It does a great job of going into depth as to why Peter and MJ work so well together. I also really have to shout out Alex Saviuk's fantastic art here, a very underrated Spider-Man artist. And I've said it in a previous video before, but I do definitely prefer this over Spider-Man Blue, but both are definitely some of my favorite Spidey stories. However, I will say getting a handle of this as a physical copy is a little bit harder than Spider-Man Blue. I got lucky, I found it online for like 16 bucks, but if you can get your hands on it, please do. It's one of my favorite comics I've read. I highly recommend it. Like and follow for more, you guys. If you guys have read this comic, let me know what you guys think.